Alright guys, video number 8. I'm just going to really quickly run through this settings option. When you click on it, you see all these different options that appear, and some of these are just plugins that I install, again, for performance reasons, as far as the WordPress widget cache, the report page errors. Those are basically just to try and get the site to run a little bit quicker than it was. The Add This, I install pretty much on everything that I do. I think it's a great tool. If you go back to the home page, the Add This, you may be familiar with Add This, it's pretty popular, but it's basically, these buttons right here that install on every page, and it just gives users the option. I mean, pretty much every website we see today, with the way social media is, has some sort of sharing feature that allows users to share whatever it is they're reading on their social media accounts, and Add This just happens to be the one that I like the best, and it just obviously allows you to share whatever it is you're reading, and you see these on every blog that you post, and I believe they're on every page as well. Yeah, so you know, most of the time you'll see content in between the little bar here and the actual buttons that you see at the bottom. You know, and I think you can actually change how the Add This is displayed. If you just click on Add This, you can change the settings. If you just want to put it on post or pages, or let's just say you actually don't like this little section up top, you can click that and then it'll turn off. Or if you don't like the buttons that appear at the bottom, you can change those as well. Excuse me. So that's basically that. As far as the Add This goes in the settings, covered the cache, the page errors, the RSS email is that plugin I installed that allows users, if you wanted to get your blog sent to your email, or if I'm a reader and I just wanted your blog sent to my email automatically, that's what this plugin is. You could do it that way. There's also, I don't know if you're familiar with MailChimp. There's just an email marketing service. They also have a plugin that you can install, and it would be similar to this RSS email. You know, there's a ton of different ways you can do it. I just happen to choose this one, and that's where you get the RSS to email right there. I think it's a nice looking little widget that appears, so that's why I left it. But again, there's numerous plugins you can use as far as RSS to email, and that's where that came from. Privacy is a big one. It discusses options for your site visibility. If you didn't want search engines to search your site, you would obviously choose this option here. But of course, being in the real estate business, being able to find your website is a pretty big deal. So we obviously want that, and we can save changes that way. Media, let's see. This allows you to change the default image sizes. You know, and I think for the Agentpress, you'd want to do most of that in the theme settings, not necessarily in the WordPress settings, but you could change the default settings for WordPress as a whole, not necessarily this Genesis theme. You could do that right here, and that's basically what the media settings is all about. Just dealing with the files that you have in your site. Discussion. This controls comments throughout your site. If you wanted to turn comments on or off, I think you would do it here. Again, I mean, I'm rarely in a lot of these, so it's hard for me to remember. Other comments settings. Okay, so if you didn't really care about the author of a comment, if you didn't really care about them filling out a name or an email, let's just say you just wanted that to be optional, you could turn that off here by unchecking that. Automatically close comments older than 14 days. You can set that if you wanted it to be longer, shorter, whatever. There's a ton of different options here. You can go through them all, but that's how you would do that. Let's see, if users had an avatar in WordPress that they use for every comment that they post, this is where you could change it to, you know, if you don't care about them showing their avatars, you can put don't show their avatars, and so forth. I don't know. Probably won't use that a whole lot. Reading. This is how your actual post display on your page. Again, you can control a lot of this through your theme, but if you wanted to do it on WordPress that didn't have a Genesis theme as sophisticated as it is, or an AgentPress theme, I should say, you would actually change that right here. You can control the post and the items per post. If you wanted the full text, the summary. Writing, this is... okay, so it controls the size of the post box. If you wanted the post box to be... And I'm not even sure if this controls the AgentPress or not, if it overrules it, because I think this is a little bit smaller. Like I said, you can control the characters, which controls the size of how it appears. So I'm pretty sure most of what you would do as far as the reading, the writing, the discussion goes, you would control those under the theme options or the theme settings, not necessarily here. But again, since this theme is a little bit more sophisticated and has all these different options for you, you would mostly control that through your theme settings. XML sitemap. Go over that real quick. Nothing about this. You probably won't be in here too much. This basically just goes over everything on your site, where it's located. Sitemap. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing in here you're going to use. Frequencies. Yeah. Alright, nothing in there really makes a difference. Permalinks, this actually is kind of a big deal. And the only reason it is because of the Diverse Solutions IDX, which I know you guys are thinking about just switching back. But right now, normally, these permalinks, it's just how your site appears up here. This is the permalink right here. Normally, it's set to default. The reason I have it on numeric is if you have it on default, for some reason, your Diverse Solutions IDX won't work. So I either like to have it on numeric or default, and the reason being is with this AgentPress theme, like I mentioned in the slider settings, you always have to get that post ID number, 123 and 123, and default and numeric are the only two permalinks that you can actually see that on without having to go back in here and manually switch it every time, check the link, and then switch it back. And since that's the case, and since the default won't work with Diverse Solutions, I just set it to numeric for the sole reason of just being able to get that that post ID code without having to go in and switch it. So that's kind of why I left it on numeric. You probably will, leave it the same way, but I just wanted to quickly go over that. File aggregate option. Basically it lets you know that the CSS is enabled and the JavaScript is enabled. Obviously, you want both of those features enabled because that has a lot to do with how WordPress runs. So that's, you want to save changes. General. Did we go over general? I guess I should have just went in order, but I didn't. I kind of skipped around. This is where, obviously, the text on the header for Bode Smart Urban Green, you see that on the header. If we wanted to change that to whatever, Green Real Estate Experts, I think I just had it on before you guys modified it. You would do that here. Your URL, you just want to leave because this is basically your homepage settings. I don't know why it just doesn't say homepage settings. That would make it a lot easier, but in any case, this is where you would change a lot of the homepage stuff. Email address, let's see. If somebody comments on a blog post or a page, if you have comments set to pages, if they commented on it, like I mentioned before, I think WordPress always notifies you via email that somebody made a comment on your blog. This is the email address that all of those notifications go to. So if you wanted to switch that, you could do that here. Time zone, I'm not sure if I set this on Chicago. I don't even know what time zone you guys are on. But in any case, you can change that here. You can change how the date looks for each post right here. Time format, same thing. And then you can change whatever day you want the new week to start. I don't really know why that makes a difference, but you can do that there as well. So that's basically a lot of the settings. If you guys, again, go into each one, kind of take a look around. There's a lot more to understand, but for the most part, you won't use. Even somebody like me, I rarely use a lot of these settings because a lot of the settings are set up the way they're supposed to be once you install it, whether it's a plugin or just the basic general or writing or reading settings. They're always set to a default, and that's usually the way you want them anyway, so that's probably why you won't go in there a whole lot. 5 minutes. I'll quickly go over this SREP settings. To tell you the truth, I can't remember exactly what SREP stands for. I know the RE is real estate, but this is a pretty cool little plugin that I found having to do with a lot of real estate stuff. If you go into a page, for example, and let's see, I think the buy real estate page, so I'm not really sure why there's two of those, but I think maybe one just got it in the menu. In any case, what this plugin is, if you go here and we want to add some content, this SREP, this installed these different buttons here, and this is how I made that school district page for you guys. You can kind of insert real estate information that's updated automatically through whatever these sites are, whether it be schools, you buy Yelp, or schools and Yelp, the Trulius stuff. If you wanted to put in market statistics, you could easily do it here without having to go to the Trulius site. I know, Andy, you had an issue with the Trulia widget that I installed regarding the market statistics in Oklahoma City on the homepage, and I certainly understand why, but if you did want that option, you could do that here. Again, there's another way to install a Google Map. I showed you the long form. If you just go and copy and paste the code, you could do it that way, or you could easily just do it here, type in the address, and you'll have a Google Map up here. So let's just say this page was about buy real estate, and we wanted some sales statistics in Oklahoma City. Let's say we wanted to convey to the users looking at this site the average listing price in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma. Let's just include every zip code in Oklahoma City, and we'll try and convey those statistics within the past year. And we can even go as far as, these statistics for one bedrooms. We can put in multiple graphs. We could do it segment it by bedrooms. Let's just, for now, we'll include all the bedrooms in this first graph. This is how the size of the information that we're going to put. If we insert that into the page, that is automatically inserted to your page, and it's automatically updated using Trulia's data. So, kind of a neat little feature. That's how I got the school districts. If we wanted to update the insert local schools, you can do that. And I already did that on the page that's in Oklahoma City Schools. I think it's under Living in Oklahoma. But that's how I did it. I just inserted all this information, Oklahoma City, and it inserts all the school information automatically in each page. So, again, that was kind of a cool option. You guys don't necessarily have to use any of that information or use any of that data that you can input, but it's nice just having the option. So I thought, that's kind of cool, and that's where we'll leave it. SEO plugin I kind of already went over in a previous video. Tools. The Regenerate Thumbnails plugin, I'll quickly go over. I've only got a few seconds. But that's if you install I guess I'm already doing it, but if you install a large size picture and WordPress reformats it to a smaller size, once it's installed and it's in that smaller size, you can actually rejuvenate it to the original size using this plugin that I installed, which is kind of a nice feature. All you gotta do is just click it, and it resizes those images to normal size automatically, and that is that. Quickly running out of time, so that's that. The P3 plugin, that's a performance plugin, nothing you'll use. And that's pretty much the gist of the tools. Anything else, if you guys have questions, let me know. But that's it.